It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see a rematch from Super Bowl 33. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Denver Broncos, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
And off we go from Denver. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Here's Cousins. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Cousins. Here's a screen for Robinson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. So now here are the Broncos to take over on offense, led out by their rookie quarterback, drafted 12th overall, Bo Nix out of Oregon.
And he really established himself as one of the best quarterbacks in the country a season ago. 45 touchdown passes and only 3 interceptions. A dynamic athlete, processes a lot of information in a short amount of time, and puts his team in a great position to win on each and every down. You don't break the NCAA record for highest completion percentage without having all those attributes, and I think that he'll translate very well in Denver.
On the ground, here's the rookie from Notre Dame. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Nix. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
To throw, here's Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. They'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll go play action with Nix. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, that's one way you take away a first down as a defender. Make sure you have a little bit of physical play when the ball gets to the receiver. Find a way to jostle it free. They caught him off guard, forced the incompletion.
Nix looking to throw again. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, it's Riley Dixon on now to kick it away for Denver. Avery Williams deep for Atlanta. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Now Cousins. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3 and out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Cousins to throw it. Man open, that's Ray McCloud. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Cousins. Short throw caught by Pitts. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. To throw is Cousins. Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. A give left side to Robinson. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds him and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Throwing, Cousins. Dumps this one off to Algier. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Algier will try to pick it up. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there. In motion goes McLeod. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, Cousins. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game.
From the 2, here's 1st and goal. Robinson will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing Nix.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Here's Nix. Got a man. That's little Jordan Humphrey.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Second down and 3. Nix to the air.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Like the footwork back there, I thought you did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down.
Now it's Nix.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. The third down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation, because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 7. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
Oh, there's a nice move by Robinson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down.
If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
And that's incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's complete to Mooney. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
They'll run for it with Robinson. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Broncos will take over on downs. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
Throwing to start the drive. Nix. And that's going to be caught by Sutton. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A huge play there for Denver. And even 50 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Operating from the gun, Nix. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football. 2nd down and 4. As they've got it as we resume action. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person that's on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now, because the offense is on his toes and punching, and there was another 1st down run right there.
1st down, here's Estime. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
David Onyemata, excellent effort, and he earns a tackle for loss.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he's got it. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. The end result, 21 yards.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
They'll try it with Estime. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Broncos are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, And we get a seal here. And we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Lutt's good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game. Or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Cousins.
Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
Well, that's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another 1st down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
Robinson up the middle.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Cousins now.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That'll put him at an even 50 receiving yards now in this first half. And it's a 1st down.
In motion goes McLeod.
On play action, Cousins.
That's out wide here for Robinson.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. To the air again, it's Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And he missed it. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
So the Broncos coming out now.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
He's airing it out for Williams. And this one is incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
To throw, here's Nix.
His throw incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
To throw is Nix.
And that is incomplete.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
58 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
Denver's offense ready to go again. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. That's taken in by Franklin. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Straight ahead, Estime. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Here's Williams to return. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Here's Cousins. Finding Kyle Pitts running the slant. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
On the counter, this is Robinson. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Cousins to throw it. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Personally, I think they've got to go somewhere else with the football. They've got to bracket it out there in double coverage. Makes it hard to fit it in time after time.
It would have had to have been an absolutely perfect pass and not good enough. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. That is caught. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. Now Cousins. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. To throw is Cousins. Under pressure, and they got to him again. John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there, and that's exactly what happened on that play.
On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
Oh, that's a nice job of clearing space in the middle of the field for your tight end. He's going to start behind the line and run an angle route, hoping to kind of get lost in the middle of the field. And this is put right on him, and he's able to pick up a 1st down.
Throwing the out route and complete. It's Franklin. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 1st downs given up. They've got to find the answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Into the hands of his receiver, Humphrey.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down. So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive 1st down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They'd gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Nix from the shotgun.
And it's caught. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
Here's Nix.
And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Broncos will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Falcons going to get one more drive here in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins.
Here's a screen for Robinson.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Second and 7.
They go play action. Cousins. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
Now here's Bradley Pinion now.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Well, the Broncos offense set to begin this third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. They'll begin on the ground with Estime. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
From the 29, here's second down at 7. Throwing, Nix.
It's complete to Williams. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, it's Estime.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. On the return is Williams. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return.
And it will be Falcon football. Atlanta regains possession of the football. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Play action now. Cousins.
And caught by London.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A gain there of 21 yards.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
From the 46, here's a 2nd and 7.
Cousins. And he'll find McLeod on the right side, complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Throwing, Cousins.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Robinson, he'll try the left side. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Now Cousins. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Now a 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Cousins now. And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown.
So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And, partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the 3rd quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it was finished off by a touchdown catch from Drake London.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Nix.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
A.J. Terrell, the one who shot in there to drop the QB.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
On play action, here's Nix.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Now it's Nix.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench, not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Gets around him. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Falcons offense and Kirk Cousins getting ready for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have you guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Short throw caught by Pitts. And Pitts is going to pick up a Falcons first down as he'll get this down inside the 40.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
They'll run this one right with Robinson.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Cousins.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
On the give, here's Robinson.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
3rd and 19.
Throwing is Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on for the 5th time here today. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
The football going back over to the Denver Broncos.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They begin the drive with Williams.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
They'll hand it to Estime.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
3rd down and 6. To throw is Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Riley Dixon now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He'll take it at the 42. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now motion left with Mooney. Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 8. Here's Cousins. That's brought in downfield by London. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Cousins. That's complete to the tight end, Werner. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down. Robinson on a give right side. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Cousins to throw it. Oh, and that is incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
4th down, and the attention turns to Falcon kicker Younghoe Koo. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. Koo knocks this one through the post, and they take a 17-14 lead. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Koo just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And coming out now, the Broncos. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Final minute now of the third quarter.
Nix to the air. A short one to the tight end, Troutman.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Here's a 2nd and 8. To throw, here's Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman.
That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
On the give, it's Estime.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
And brought down by Zach Harrison.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Back to throw. Nix.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Broncos first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
They'll run. Estime.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. 20! Down to the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Broncos use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Falcons ready to take over. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
They start on the ground with Robinson here.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw is Cousins. Over the middle, that's caught by McLeod. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll bring up 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line.
The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he's going to have a Broncos 1st down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
Here's Nix.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sutton. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Up the middle, it's Williams.
And he's going to have a Broncos 1st down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
First down, here's Estime.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down. Throwing Nix.
And his throw is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Nix. And that will be incomplete.
critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
Bijan Robinson and the Falcons back onto the field.
He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. Just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals, just something magical about breaking that barrier.
And he's right there on the doorstep now. Back near the goal line, Cousins.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
To throw, Cousins.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Working out of the gun, Cousins. That is caught and out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Timing was just a bit off, and that can happen occasionally, even with these fine professionals in the NFL.
But on those out routes, that requires precision, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. Everyone has to be in sync from the time the quarterback hits his back foot and delivers the ball to the receiver turning to find it.
Robinson up the middle.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Cousins.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Broncos offense and veteran receiver Cortland Sutton getting set for their next drive. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL. But if you drop the football, That position could get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a fourth down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. The Falcons offense and running back Bijan Robinson set to take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 112 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Throwing, Cousins. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Cousins from the gun on third. And this is going to be incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. Taking it about the 16. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Estime once more. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out first downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Nix. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. .43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So Kirk Cousins in the offense, down 21-17, just over 1:40 to play. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10. Cousins. He's got Mooney. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
No timeout. You got to go quick here.
Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10. There's Mooney with another catch. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Just more of the same here. That's back-to-back catches for him to start the drive. They've looked his way quite a bit, and with good reason, as this duo picks up yet another 1st down.
Here's 1st and 10. Now Cousins. And this will be caught by Mooney. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Ah, what a play. Now get to the ball quickly. Got to be ready with another play or get up and spike it.
Now 1st and goal. Here's Cousins. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. He tried to get away, but to no avail, and an absolute killer there. A 12-yard loss on 1st and goal.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front and getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Well, it came down to the final play in such a close ballgame. What a game it was, but they can't get that last throw off. Good job by that defense to get in there for the sack to seal it.
And for fans watching the game, a little bit anticlimactic, don't you think, partner? Not even able to get off one last throw to see how it would have turned out. Instead, pass rush got to him and ended it that way.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.